What's up guys, Justin here with thefusionessentials.com, back with another Autodesk Fusion 360 tutorial for you. So in today's video we're going to talk about how to use the sweep tool to create different 3D extrusions by sweeping profiles along paths. So let's go ahead and just jump into it. Alright, so the sweep tool can be found in the solid section of your toolbar, and it's going to look like this. It's going to say sweep. You can also find it under the create options down below here. So basically the way that the sweep tool works is you create a path and then you take a sketch profile and you extrude it along that path. And so let's say, for example, that we wanted to create a curved path. So we'll just click right here and we'll just use the fit point spline tool in order to create a curving path. It doesn't really matter at this point because we're more focusing on extruding something along this. So what we want to do is we're going to start with our path, and then we need to draw a profile that we want to extrude along the path. And I want to start off by going into the construction planes and pointing out that the plane along path is very helpful in this situation. What this does is it allows you to create a plane that's perpendicular to a path. So you can see I can set this so that we have a plane that's perpendicular to anything in here, meaning creating sketch objects on here is really easy. So we're just going to click on Create Sketch. We'll click on this plane and we'll just draw a little circle. And so let's say that we wanted to extrude this circle along this path. Well, all we would do is just activate the sweep tool, and we would select our profile, which is our circle, and our path, which is this curved line. So we're going to click on this right here. And so you can see how what that does is that takes this circle and it'll allow us to extrude this along this path to create a shape. And so notice that you can set the distance that this runs along here. So you can set this to 1, which is the whole length, or let's say you wanted this to go halfway, you could type in like a 0.5. This would go halfway along this path. So you can use this in order to extrude simple objects really easily. And so one thing to note about this is if we were to draw some kind of a closed object, so let's say we were to draw a square like this one, and then let's add a profile along this, almost like a wood base or something for a woodworker. Alright, so let's say we were to draw a rectangle like this one, and then we'll just come in here and we'll create a quick offset plane. So we'll just take an offset plane and move it across just a bit, and we're going to use that to draw our next sketch. But let's say we were to draw a profile, almost like a wood base piece. We could just select this, and then draw a real simple profile using these tools. So let's say I was to make this a circle, have a little edge in here, and then we'll just trim out all of our extra. But let's say we were to create a simple profile like this one. One of the cool things about this tool, so if you were to extrude this with the sweep tool around this perimeter, so if we were to set this as our profile, this is our path, you can see how what this does is this actually comes in here and it turns all of the corners with this profile. So you can see how this is naturally a 90-degree angle, or this turns a 90-degree angle around this path, meaning you can create closed shapes like this using a path really easily. And so another thing to note is when you do something like this with this kind of path, so one that goes in a full circle, you can also dictate if an object is going to go part of the way along this path. So you can see how I could actually drag this if I wanted to, so that I could only extrude part of this, and there's actually 2 distance functions in here. So at the end of the day you can set this to 1 in order to extrude all the way around a closed curve, or you can make this partial if you want this to only go part of the way around the curve. So in addition to being able to extrude objects like this one along your path, you can also set this so that it has a taper. So let's say we were to create another curve. So in this situation we'll draw a sketch plane right here. We'll draw a fit point spline just as an example path, and again we'll draw a plane along this path with a setting of 0. And so let's say that I had something very simple like a rectangle that I wanted to extrude along this. So we would just create a path, or we would create a sketch, and we'll use the center rectangle for this one. And let's say we had a rectangle that was just like this. So if we were to click Finish Sketch, then activate the sweep tool, Our profile could be this box right here, and our path could be this edge. Well, if you look down below, there's options in here for taper angle and twist angle. And what that means is you can set this so that this tapers up along the path. So like for example, if I set my taper angle to 1, you can see how this starts off small and then gets a lot bigger. And the higher that angle gets, the larger your shape gets, and you can see how at a certain point, it gets too large and this doesn't work anymore. So you can set a taper angle, you can also set a twist angle. So let's say you wanted this to twist 45 degrees, and we may need to set our taper angle down because I think that got a little large. So let's set our taper angle down to 1 again. But let's say you wanted this to turn 45 degrees from its original orientation. You can see how you can set this to taper along your sweep. So you can use your sweeps in order to twist things as well. So that gets really interesting when you start going to like a 90 degrees and then you start mirroring things. You can use that to create some really interesting stuff in the way that things curve. Like for example, on this one, you might add this on top of a plane of some sort or a rectangle of some sort to add some kind of detailing or other things like that. And this is really easy to do. So note that the sweep tool is also compatible with your solid functions. So for example, let's say that we wanted to cut the corner off of this object. We could draw a profile in here for that, or let's say that we wanted to add some kind of a recess. So let's say we were to sketch those in. You could use the sweep tool in order to remove that material. So you would just run it the same way that we have been before. So our profile would be this shape right here. And so we can just kind of select these edges individually. You can see how you can use this path in order to remove material around the top. So you could also do that with this object right here, and you can see how this is compatible with your different operations. So you can use this to cut out different material just by using the path of this object. So I don't want to go too far into this in this video because we haven't really talked about surface mode. There is also a sweep function in surface mode. So if you wanted to create an object that, let's say, followed a simple curve like this and you didn't want it to have any thickness when you drew your profile. So let's say for our profile, we were to draw a flat profile like this. You could use the sweep function in surface mode in order to create a surface. And notice that this is in here as gold, and what that means is that's in here as a once we create this, that's in here, but it's in here as a body that isn't closed, meaning it's not a solid. So we would have to thicken it up, but you can definitely use this tool in order to create some more complex shape using just edges inside of surface mode as well. And it's going to work very much the same way as it was before. And so I really want to touch on this last option in here as well. We're not going to focus too much on the guide surface mode, but we are going to focus on path and guide rail because that's a really interesting function. So the way that that works is, let's say we had a path, and we'll just stick with this simple curve. So let's say we had a path like this one, but then we also wanted our object to kind of get a little wider right here. Well, what we could do in this situation is we can draw, and I believe your profile needs to be touching both of these edges for this to work, but we could draw something like a circle, and let's do the 2-point circle in this case. So we're going to set this so that these touch. But if we were to activate the sweep tool in path and guide rail mode, our profile would be our circle and our path would be this edge right here. But then we would also select a guide rail. Well, when we select a guide rail, what that's going to do is that's going to force part of your profile to follow that guide rail. So what that does is that allows you to dictate the way that this shape is extruded. And there's an option here for extent. So if you were to click on full extents, what this would do is this would force this object to go all the way to this endpoint. If you don't do that, it's going to be perpendicular to path, and this is going to stay perpendicular, but it's only going to go as far as your guide rail goes. So if you want this to go the full extents, you can select that option right here. And so a place where this would be valuable is if you wanted to create something that's more contoured. So if you had a circle like this one and you wanted it to follow along this path on the back side but follow along the other one on the front side, you would just use the sweep tool in order to set your profile, your path, and your guide rail. And what this would do is this would follow along that curve that you've created. So this has some really interesting applications for like handles and other complex shapes. And note that in this particular case, if we do full extents, this will align with these 2 points on the end right here. And you can kind of adjust the way that this gets created. So you can mess around obviously with none, nothing happens, but you can set this so that it's either stretching or scaling along here. You can see how it really just kind of creates some different contouring on this shape, but you can use this to create some really complex shapes inside of Fusion 360. So that's where I'm going to end this video. Leave a comment below and let me know what you thought. Was this helpful to you? Are there interesting things you've done with the sweep tool in Fusion 360? I just love having that conversation with you guys. If you liked this video, please remember to click that like button down below. If you're new around here, remember to click that subscribe button for new Fusion 360 content every week. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. I really appreciate it, and I will catch you in the next video. Thanks, guys.